Welcome to the 21st Century Reformation Hour. I'm Herman Otten, the editor of Christian News. We've just sent out our latest issue, which I have here in my hand here. It's the one that's dated January 21, 2013. First, I want to promote this particular publication, Good News, edited by Dr. Wallace Schultz. You'll see it, I have it on the page here, front page, and some quotations from various articles. And the lead article this week is LCMS's Smoldering Embers of Conflict. Now, what's that all about? You're not going to read about it in the official publications of our Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, and you're not supposed to know about it. Well, last week we told you about it, and we told you how you can actually see it for yourself. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes. There you see President Obama, you see Muslims and Buddhists, rabbis, the whole gamut, and finally the benediction by a Lutheran Church Missouri Synod pastor. You're not supposed to know about it, but those are the facts. You can judge for yourself. Well, now, what I'm saying here, smoldering embers of conflict. What happened there in Newtown, Connecticut, was actually worse than what happened when we had the Prayer for America memorial service at Yankee Stadium following 9/11. Here we have the Twin Towers as they're going down. We have Yankee Stadium and our comments at that time. Now that caused a big furor in our synod. They don't want it to happen again. Actually, what happened in Newtown would be for good if we would recognize what's going on there. I comment on there what happened at that time. They said smoldering embers of conflict were stirred up at that prayer service. What were those smoldering embers of conflict? It was what happened in 1974 at Concordia Seminary in St. Louis. Here I have going into exile and about 450 students marching off the campus with 45 out of 50 professors and administrators. I took the pictures from this book here called No Room in the Brotherhood, the Preuss-Otten Purge of Missouri. At the end of the book, they have a whole series of pictures. Here you can see them here. Just several pages of it. What happened there? That was the most significant event, one of the most significant events in all of Christendom during the 20th century. In former years, the liberals always gained control or kept control of their seminaries. Here, the conservatives got it, where you can see what we comment on here. Then, National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. to implement same-sex wedding ceremony. That was much in the news, radio, TV. We have the Associated Press release on that. Various comments on how America is now beginning gradually to approve of homosexuality and also gay marriage. Over here, Bean says that LCMS is becoming enamored with Caesar. I have here a picture of Missouri Synod President Harrison in Washington, D.C. with some senator there, and they're talking about how the government should get involved in this malaria program, a fine program, but is that the responsibility of the church? And this particular writer, he points out, no, we are mixing church and state. Then I have here Newhouse, Otten, and Fort Wayne. Now, what's that about? Now, right now, they're having their symposium at Concordia Seminary in Fort Wayne, and one of the topics is this: should the shoes of Richard Newhouse be filled? He is becoming one of the greatest heroes now in our Lutheran Church. I have here in our paper the differences between Newhouse and Otten. We disagreed ever since our student days. He denied the inerrancy of the Bible, justification by faith alone. He was pro-homosexual. We had many, many discussions, and now he is the hero in our church, becoming increasingly the hero. Should his shoes be filled? I say no, but read it for yourself what we say about his position here. Over here is LCMS president insists Germans murdered 6 million Jews. That's what President Harrison says in the current issue of the Lutheran Witness. I have here a book which provides the evidence, Dissecting the Holocaust, the growing critique of truth and memory. The only problem is, folks, nobody wants to study the evidence. Issues, etc., said that 6 million Jews were killed in Germany during World War II. The fact of the matter is, there are only about 300,000 there. But you're not supposed to ask those questions. You see, if you do, you're some kind of fanatic. Well, we go on with all kinds of other issues here. Here we have Managed News, Getting the Facts. An excellent article by Dr. David Kaufman, Catholic women have mass appeal, but Lutheran women are graceful. Well, I want to be sure to get on this. Our seminary put out a tremendous DVD on Walther. Walther. That was the title of it. I have here the cover and also the back cover, together with a review from the Wisconsin Synod Lutherans quarterly. I don't think too many of our people read it. But now here we have an outsider commenting on that particular video. And here's what they say, concluding, Walther deserves to be seen and learned from. It was sent free to all Lutheran Church Missouri Synod congregations. I hope your pastor showed it to you, or if you're a pastor, that you showed it to your people. I watched the entire thing. It took almost 7 hours, all the different segments. But the movie itself doesn't take that long, and it was great. And so I certainly agree with what the Wisconsin Synod Lutheran Quarterly says here. Does Islam spawn terror? Well, that's a very interesting article written by Reverend Ted Pike of the National American Prayer Network. Here, Africa rises on worldwide lists of worst persecutors of Christians. Here we can see what Muslims are doing to the what they're doing to the Christians there in Africa. Then one here, the Gigolo Imbroglio public inauguration of a new moral McCarthyism by R. Albert Mohler, a fine Southern Baptist president of a seminary. Over here, some various quotations here and there from Media Spotlight, the last issue. No hope, change for hope. At the end, again, some comments on what we had written about Les Miserables. The movie now, it's becoming very well known. Some pro and con on what we said. Well, God be with you. We'll see you next week.